I'm working on getting out the lift assist cylinder. I did have to prop up the roof with a 2x4. I do have the pressure released from the pump, and when I raised that up, that pushed the head of that lift assist pump down just enough so there's enough room underneath the roll bar here to pull this pin out. What I did to get the pin off, the clip off the other side, I just took a small screwdriver, stuck it in there, and then I took this screwdriver and just pushed it out. So that pushed it off of the end of this pin. And since I had the small screwdriver in there, I was able to save the clip and didn't lose it. So that worked pretty good. I have the lift assist cylinders out. Got them out from each side. It wasn't too bad. There is some wire ties, one wire tie down in there that you'll have to clip to be able to get the cable free. That's on both sides. I'm now got the trunk supported in lift assist mode, and the two lift assist cylinders have 21 and 22 on the cables. So there's 21. I am also replacing this left side lock Pawl cylinder, and that is cylinder or cable number, hose number 103. So if I come back here, I have removed the bolts from my pump. I disconnected a wire harness that was here and a wire harness that was up here on the front, just so it's easier to turn. And looking at this pump, the cables I need to pull out are right here. So there's 22, that is 21, and there's 103. So I'm going to loosen up these bolts here that have a hex head, and then you slide this plate that way down. You can see there's little openings here, and that will allow you to pull each hose out. And once I do that, I'll put the plate back in, put the bolts back in, and I'll put some tape over these holes so I don't get any contamination going into the hydraulic fluid in the pump. I have cut the cable ties on the driver's side. I'm going to start with the driver's side and get my lift assist and my lock paw cables pulled through, and then I'll switch over and I'll have to do the same thing with cutting the wire ties on the driver or the passenger side to get the other lift assist cylinder out. So that will be next. More to come. I've gone ahead and pulled the hoses for my roll bar lift cylinder. The numbers on those were 100 and number 60. They are also right here in the same bank as the other hoses. So that made it easy. They're all right here on the end. Pulled those out. This one, 102, that is for the passenger side lock paw, and that's already been replaced, so that's why I'm leaving that one in there. Have the holes covered with some tape to keep debris from getting in there. The other thing is you don't have to worry about remembering the exact positions for where the hoses came from. I don't know if you see it, but above each port there is a number on the plate. So you can see they got the numbers stamped in there, so you know right where they need to go. So I'm going to pull these lines out, and then I will just be waiting till I get the new cylinders in. I ended up removing the roll bar, which was just held on by 2 bolts, one on each side. Goes through here. This is where the roll bar sits. 18 millimeter head. Was able to use a socket ratchet on the passenger side to get the bolt loose. On the driver's side, I actually had to use a open end wrench to get it started, just because of the way the bolt had to be turned. It didn't have enough clearance here to get the ratchet in and get that cleared. But the reason I removed it was to get this cylinder out on the driver's side for the roll bar. It has this spring attached to it, and I wasn't able to get this compressed. And so instead of struggling with that, I just went ahead and took the roll bar off, since there was only 2 bolts holding it on, and then I was just able to lift this out real easy. Knowing that now, I wouldn't have had to go through the hassle of trying to compress the driver's side roll bar cylinder, but it will make it easy to put these both back in. So I got all my cylinders removed, which was the roll bar lift cylinder, the driver's side, I guess the left roll bar lock paw cylinder, and the 2 assist lift cylinders. What I did when I pulled the hoses, I just tied some orange twine to the end of the hoses after I disconnected them to the pump, just so I could have an approximate idea of how those lines, what the path was, how they were actually running. So did that. It'll just help me when I have to go and retrace or rerun these lines. I'll know, I'll be able to see exactly how they were and kind of replicate that. So got orange twine hanging on the car. One thing I will mention, the speakers here in the suitcase or the luggage seat belts. You don't have to take these bolts in here, and there's also 3 on top of each one. So you got 4 on the bottom, 2 in the middle, and 3 on top. I did end up having to, you don't have to take those out to get the panel that goes around there that sits underneath the roll bar. You don't have to take those out to get that panel off, because there's actually 4 screws that go into this plastic housing that holds that panel on. But there were wire ties on the hoses that were running over here, so I did have to take these out so I could get to those wire ties and cut the wire ties that were behind these housings here for the speakers and the luggage seat belts, so I could pull the line all the way through. If you're thinking about doing this yourself, here's a good idea what you're going to get into in terms of removing things out of the car. So here's just everything that I moved out of the car, starting with the spare tire, the trunk carpets, panels, the trunk luggage cover, and then you come into the back seat area. And you have interior panels. You got some metal bracing, window rail covers that you have to remove. Got the back seat panel, speaker covers, the roll bar, the panel that sits underneath the roll bar, and removed all that to basically get that one lift assist cylinder out of there. And there's also the lock Pawl cylinder. On the passenger side of the car, basically same thing. Ended up taking out the lift assist cylinder, and then we have the roll bar cylinder, which I'm replacing, and the roll bar support. I guess one thing I didn't lay out here, over on the driver's side, there is the roll bar support mechanism that connects to the bottom of the roll bar. I guess I got that on my workbench. I didn't bring that over, forgot about that. So if you're wanting to do this, it is very involved, but if you take your time, it is manageable. Here's a quick picture of the tools that I used to remove the cylinders from the car, and all the fasteners that were taken off the car. Just put them in Ziploc bags to keep them straight so I know where they go back.